In the shadowed annals of cinematic reinvention, few actors embody metamorphosis quite like Nicolas Cage, a whirlwind of wild-eyed fervor whose filmography spans surreal symphonies from Vampire's Kiss to visceral vendettas in Mandy. Now he dons the mantle of paternal piety in The Carpenter's Son, a genre-defying biblical horror opus from writer-director Lotfy Nathan that reimagines sacred lore through a prism of supernatural strife. The trailer's debut unleashes a maelstrom of divine dread, transplanting the Holy Family, Joseph, Mary, and a teenage Jesus, into a remote Roman-era Egyptian village where faith's flicker confronts demonic tempests, promising a visceral clash of celestial and infernal forces. The synopsis unfurls like an ancient scroll unrolled in moonlight. Joseph, Cage 61, Mary, FK Twigs, and their adolescent son Jesus, Noah Jupe, eke out existence under perpetual peril, their devout adherence to Mosaic mandates a bulwark against Rome's iron grip and whispers of heresy. Years of vigilant vigilance shatter during a transient halt in a forsaken hamlet, where enigmatic interloper, Isla Johnston, slithers into Jesus' orbit, her siren song a seductive subversion of filial fealty. With every pull of temptation, the boy is lured into a forbidden world, the narrative intones, as a terrified Joseph realizes that a demonic power is at work. What begins as boyish curiosity cascades into cataclysm. Violent, unnatural events assail the settlement and Jesus, prescient vessel, is besieged by nightmarish visions of the future. The revelation rends like thunder, the beguiling companion's true moniker, Satan, unleashing eschatological horror where paternal protection meets prophetic peril. Nathan, drawing from his Coptic Christian patrimony, a lineage steeped in Alexandria's early church ethos, crafts a tapestry that interlaces theological verity with thriller's taut threads. Delivers a meticulously crafted genre-bending supernatural thriller packed with unshakable images of the divine and demonic at war. The description heralds, evoking the visceral iconography of Coptic frescoes where archangels war with abyssal beasts. Cage's Joseph emerges as linchpin, no mere carpenter hammering halos, but a sentinel whose hammer swings against hell's hordes. His portrayal, glimpsed in the trailer's frenetic frames, eyes ablaze with agonized awareness, hands calloused yet clutching cruciform resolve, channels the quiet ferocity of a man who weds Mary's mysticism to mundane toil, only to confront the adversary's assault on his progeny. FK Twigs, the avant-garde auteur whose Magdalene album alchemized trauma into transcendence, infuses Mary with ethereal enigma, a matriarchal mystic whose serenity masks seismic sorrows. Her gaze in the trailer, a luminous lament, bridges the maternal divine with human frailty, her whispers weaving incantations against encroaching eclipse. Jupe, the prodigy from a quiet place, embodies Jesus on rebellion's cusp. No omnipotent offspring yet, but a youth teetering toward telos, his visions a vertigo of vignettes, crucifixes and crows, thorns and tempests, foreshadowing Golgotha's geometry. Johnston's Satan, a cherubic chimera with eyes like abyssal ink, seduces with saccharine subversion, her temptations a Trojan tapestry unraveling piety's weave. This unholy trinity's tumult unfolds against Egypt's sun-scorched sands, a locale laden with scriptural resonance. The flight to refuge post-Herod's hunt, where Coptic lore locates the Holy Family's hidden years in Nile's nooks. Nathan's lens, per the trailer's tenebrous tones, ochre dunes dappled in dusk, villages veiled in vapor, evokes a world where antiquity's awe collides with horror's howl. Demonic manifestations manifest as sandstorms sculpting serpents, whispers warping into wails, a visual vernacular that nods to The Exorcist's ecclesiastical unease while innovating with indigenous iconography. Ankh amulets ablaze, ibis idols inverted. Cage's conscription into this canon caps a crimson streak of 2024 terrors. The surfer's surf noir savagery and Longlegs' occult odyssey, where he prowled as a prosthetic-plagued preacher. Director Osgood Perkins recalled Cage's discipline. He didn't want to improvise. No. I just want to say what you've written. I don't want to change anything. This fidelity, a vanishing act beneath latex and lore, aligns with the Carpenter's Son's scriptural straitjacket. Cage submerging his shamanic flair into Joseph's stoic sinew, his line deliveries a guttural gospel laced with paternal panic. He really wanted to go under prosthetics, Perkins noted, a motif echoed here in Joseph's weathered visage, scarred by sawdust and spiritual sieges. The film's frisson lies in its fusion, biblical bedrock, Joseph's dream divine dashes, Mary's Magnificat, refracted through horror's hall of mirrors. Temptation's tableau, Satan cooing contraband lore to Jesus, probes predestination's paradox. Can the Son of Man succumb before salvation's script? Nathan's Coptic crucible, rites where exorcisms entwine with Eucharist, infuses authenticity, transforming trope into testament. As Joseph grapples with otherworldly onslaughts, his arc arcs toward archetype, the everyman exalted, faith's forge hammering doubt into defiance. Releasing November 14th under Magnolia Pictures and Magnet Releasing's banner, studios synonymous with the autopsy of Jane Doe's dread and Talk to Me's teen terrors, the Carpenter's son courts controversy's crossroads. Will it sanctify scripture or sully sanctity? Early buzz ignited by the trailer's visceral vignettes, Jesus' visions vortexing into voids, Mary's prayers piercing pandemonium, positions it as Yuletide's e'en to the chosen's young, a counterpoint for congregants craving catechism with chills. Cage, ever the provocateur, thrives in this theological thicket, his Joseph a Jobian figure jobbing against Yahweh as jester. In broader strokes, the film feeds a renaissance of religious riffs, the first omens apocalyptic antecedents, midnight masses sacramental scares. Nathan's novice nod to natal nightmare, demons dogging divinity's dawn, resonates in an era of existential unease, where faith's flicker flickers against secular storms. For Cage, its canvas for conflagration, post-pig's porcine pathos, a plunge into paternal profundity. As trailers tease tempests unbound, the Carpenter's son hammers home a haunting heresy. In heaven's hammerfall even carpenters cast long shadows,